So to do an invisible finish and then possibly a colour change as well, because it's good to finish with a invisible finish before changing colour so you get the nice neat change. We'll first of all start with doing the invisible finish. So I've just got one last single crochet to go in this last stitch of the round. And from here I'm just going to leave that on my hook and cut my yarn just a little way down so that I've got something to sew with, and very gently pull that through that last stitch and pull it a little tight. Now on this particular pattern, it's very important to know where the first stitch of the row is, or the round, so I've always got this marked here. And to do an invisible finish, you need to skip the stitch that you are needing to finish on and go into the next stitch. So I will thread my needle. So I'm going to keep this marker in for the moment. You can see which one that is marking, this stitch here, and I'm going to go into the one after it. So through the V, as if you're using a crochet hook, go through the V, pull it through the other side. Then I'm going to take this out, but keep it close to hand because it's got to go straight back in, because on this pattern I need to know where my first stitch is so that everything else is correct. I'm going to pull it through so that this is the loop, this is the yarn that I'm pulling through here, this one. I'm going to pull this through so it's about the same length here as all of the other stitches along, and then I'm going to go back through the stitch that I came from, so where this yarn is coming out of, which comes out from here, this V, I'm going to go through here. So this makes, we've just made this V here, so it's like making a fake stitch across the top so that it's all finished nice and neatly, and then you don't get that knot at the top. So nice neat finish. Don't pull it too tight or it'll be much smaller. And then before I do anything else, I'm going to mark that stitch because I really need to know that that's the first stitch of the row. So I'm going to put my marker straight back in, otherwise I'll forget which one it was. Then on the inside, just catch a couple of loops in here of the backs of some other stitches. Just to secure it, and that's your invisible finish done. So it looks just like another stitch, like making a fake stitch. Now to change colour, you can start anywhere. If you're just going round in the round, you can start, pick it up wherever you want to, attach your next colour somewhere else. But because I need to know this is my first stitch, I'm going to go through the exact same stitch here. So I'm going to use my next colour. I'm switching to the green. So I'm going to go in through where my stitch marker is. And for this one, I'm going to do, start off with 2 chain stitches. So I'm going to put it through. I'm going to do 2 chains, 1, 2, take my stitch marker out, and then into the next V. So I've got 2 chains coming out of there acting like the first single crochet. Then I'm going to go into the next V to do a single crochet stitch. So you can see that that's the top of the second single crochet, and this is the top of my pretend one, the 2 chains. And I'm just going to pick out the 2 loops as best I can. I'm just going to take that out for a moment. I'm going to find the 2 loops of that chain there. So I've got that marked as my first, and that's my next one. And then on the inside where I finished the blue from the previous round, I've got the blue end, I've now got the green end. I'm just going to tie those together to secure them so neither of them comes out. Quite firmly, not too tight, otherwise it will make an indent, but not too loose that it's going to come out. So just a secure knot there, and then off you go with the new colour. Okay, so that's how you change colour. So then off you go, carrying on round. So finish with an invisible finish and then start your new colour.